So the Brownie Points card game is actually really simple to play. Every player is dealt 5 cards initially, and like in most games, you start off with a player playing and then you take turns. But in this game, once you play down a single card or a set of cards or even a run, the next player must beat that set with higher cards. But the twist to this game is really the Brownie Points Slap Attack. If you have the exact same thing that is laid down in the hand, regardless of if it's your turn or not, you can smack the table and yell, "Brownie Points!" and you immediately win the hand. So you can pass people, you can really gain points immediately and change the outcome of the round very quickly. The other thing is the doghouse card. When this is played, all the other players must hand over their highest card. So your hand is changing all the time. There's nothing safe in your hand. Just when you think you have it figured out, it's going to change. And that's really the beauty of the Brownie Points card game. It's an interesting story. A buddy of mine, we're actually working on a relationship app called Brownie Points. And we've been doing that for a couple of years now. And just one day it kind of clicked that, you know what, there's another element to this that we're missing. And my family and I, we love games. We love sitting around the table on the weekends and playing games. We love fast-paced games. You know, we love strategic. We love all those things. And I thought to myself, we have something here, and let's figure this out. So I came home, talked to my wife, and said, "Hey, look, we're not leaving here until we figure out, you know, this game." And we pulled out all the games in our cupboard and wrote down all the things that we loved about those games, things that made it fun and interesting. And one of the main characteristics of this game is we wanted to make sure that everybody was engaged all the time. I didn't want people sitting around. Like in a lot of games, you take your turn and you have to wait quite a while till your next turn. In this game, it's fast, it's strategic, and you're engaged every turn. And that's what we really wanted. And as we brought our kids in and we made some demo cards and we started really fine-tuning the rules and the characteristics of the game, and things started really taking shape. You know, one of the great elements of the game is that no hand is safe. And the Brownie Points Slap Attack really brings an element to the game that you really can't prepare for.
110.
And how it works is when a player plays their hand, regardless of what their cards are, if you have the exact same thing in your hand, you can slap the table and yell, "Brownie Points!" and you immediately win the hand. And anybody can do that, and you can do it out of turn. And so when you're playing, you really don't know what's going to happen. You have to really define and be strategic in what you're playing, because you know that at any second somebody can Brownie Point Slap Attack it. And so it really brings an element to the game that is unique and a lot of fun, and it makes it to where everyone's engaged every hand. Every time a card is played, you're engaged, because at any moment you can Brownie Point Slap Attack it, and it's a lot of fun. So the Brownie Point Slap Attack, I mean, that's a funny story. It wasn't something that we had implemented in the game yet during kind of our initial trial runs. And I had a friend of mine came over and we were, sitting around the table talking about, this game, and we were kind of getting more ideas. And
we came up with some good stuff, but after that day I was thinking about it, and one night it just clicked. And the next day I ran up to Jared and he opened the door and I slapped him super hard in the chest and yelled, "Brownie Points! Brownie Points!" I said, "Dude, you need to add that to the game."
And I knew immediately, yes, I've got to implement in the game somewhere. And I knew that it was going to be something that was really going to change the whole mentality and aspect of the game. You know, from the time I came home and we sat around the table developing this to today, we're between 5 and 6 months, so very quickly. In comparison, we've been working on the relationship app for approximately 3 years now, so this has really been a very quick process. So the drawings of our characters is actually something really important to us, and means a lot to us, because my wife Tammy is actually the one who drew the characters. She she's the one that really fine-tuned the look of Mr. and Mrs. Brownie, and that was very important to us. And she also created what the characters are doing, as you'll see in the cards. You know, all the different cards, the Mr. and Mrs. Brownie or the kids, you know, they're doing something. And Tammy really brought that to life in her sketches. So the Brownie Points card game is funny, it's witty, it's fast, intense, competitive. And we really have something for all ages. And for more information, go to our website, browniepointscardgame.com, and check out the different versions of the game.